Hey guys, it's Yishan here with my Crusadia Guardragon combo video. I've got a lot of, good combos in this video, and just want to remind you, of course, if you haven't subscribed already, please consider subscribing. And I'm almost at 400. When I do get to 500, I'll give away a box or something, I don't know, but stick around for that. All right, let's take a look at the first hand here. We've got an almost brick, but luckily we are playing Format Skipper, which will allow us to at least start our combo. And we have a Crusadia power to protect our Magius here, because we really need that Magius to resolve. So, we got a decent hand starting here. Almost bricked, but Format Skipper plus an extender, we're good to go here. Okay, so Format Skipper, if you don't know, you usually want to reveal Spatha because you're going into Spatha usually, so you don't give away as much information. So you reveal Spatha, now I can summon Magius. Format Skipper will trigger, which is, that's great. I want my free Parallel Exceed, thank you very much. So we will go and find our free Parallel Exceed. All right, so now we're going to use, our World Legacy Succession, not our Monster Reborn, because, of course, Monster Reborn is a better card. So we're going to go World Legacy Succession, summon back our Format Skipper. Now our Magius will trigger. Yay, we take those, and we go, and we're going to need to find a Draco here. So let's find that Draco, shall we? All right, there's our Draco. Now, I know I keep the World Legacy Succession in my hand on accident. I promise I realized this mistake later. So, yeah, we'll get to correcting that soon later in the combo. But first, let's summon out our Spatha here. And, if you've seen Crusadia Guardragon do its thing, you probably know how this works by now. But first, we're going to summon Spatha. We've got the Parallel Exceeds to summon, so we're going to summon it now here. And then Parallel Exceed will be able to summon another Parallel Exceed from the deck, and allow us to get to our rank 4 plays. Usually you go Traptrix Rafflesia if you don't know what you're playing. Traptrix Rafflesia with our Gravedigger's Trap Hole in our deck will be able to prevent our opponent from using a hand trap to stop our LP or something like that. So here we go. We use the Parallel Exceed. Boom. Get that. Now we can go Draco Effect. Well, actually, we don't have any main deck Monster Crusadias, so we're actually going to hold off on the Draco Effect. We can usually use it later in the combo. So we're actually going to Draco straight into LP, and then Spatha will move LP, and then LP will summon out the Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. Okay, so this is your standard Crusadia Guardragon play. Red MT is going to summon out our Draco, and now we can finally spin the wheel. And it's at this point I think I realized that, well, first I need to shuffle up my deck. I've been looking through it a lot, and we're going to hope to get our Waterfront here. That's what we're really hoping for off the top. Because getting your Waterfront on the first Saryuja makes it much easier to be able to get 3 counters before you need to link off our Saryuja so you can special set your Gamma Seal. Alright, well, let's see what we get here on the Waterfront. We get a White Dragon, which is always a great draw, Maximus, okay, Reclusia, and Format Skipper. Okay, unfortunately, there's been no Waterfront. Personally, I'm a fan of just trying again. That's why I run Pisty in my extra deck, so I can just go and look again. 4 cards is a lot of cards. Okay, so I'm thinking about what to put back here. But, at this point, if your opponent doesn't have a hand trap, it's fine to just put back, these 2 bad boys and call it a day, so. All right, so we got rid of our Format Skipper, power, and permanents, which are not going to help us combo here. So now I'm going to show you a cool little trick if you haven't used Draco yet. This happens sometimes. So I can special out the Crusadia with Saryuja's effect, turn that one into a Magius, right? And now here's the cool part, which is I can Monster Reborn this Draco. Draco Effect is going to special back, or Draco Effect is going to add back the Reclusia, so we get the Draco value, and we still are able to make our next Saryuja here. Okay, so we can go Pisty. Pisty Effect can summon back our Draco, and then this has us 4 monsters, so we're going to go digging for another Saryuja. or going for digging for another waterfront, excuse me, with another Saryuja. And so out comes our Saryuja, boom, we'll draw 4. Now, a lot of players would have used the white dragon there to make Saryuja. However, it's important to realize that we just put 3 bricks on the bottom of our deck. It's actually to our advantage not to shuffle our deck here. And so that's something I want you guys to remember when playing this deck, is if you can avoid shuffling to make your second Saryuja when you're looking for a waterfront, you should. So that's a really important note. Something that I've just learned from practicing with a lot with this deck. Okay, so we're going to put 3 back, and now here's this game where we try to figure out how we can get our Gamma Seal in play. And so I finally figured it out after some thinking. That's why there was a little bit of a cut here. So first, we're going to have to make Dawn Dragster. So we'll summon our White Dragon by banishing the Pisty in our graveyard. Boom, link these 2 off. Get 2 counters and make a FA Dawn Dragster here. And now we can use our White Dragon to search for our Black Dragon. But here's the problem. We want to link off one more thing so we can search our Gamma Seal and summon it, but we don't have another Magius in our extra deck. If we had another Magius, we could have used a Maximus to link off and into a Magius and get 3 counters, but we don't, so that really sucks. However, I have another cool play which you can do, and this occurs pretty rarely, but sometimes happens, which is where we link these 2 off. And the reason I'm doing this is because I think Equimax is better than a Dawn Dragster. And so we link these 2 off for a Crusadia Regulex. Now this gives us 4 counters, which allows us to finally search with our waterfront here. And you might be saying, Yishan, well, how are you going to end on Equimax with Crawler? Well, you might be starting to see the potential now. So we get our Gamma Seal, and then of course we're going to summon it out with our Saryuja. And then the final play in this whole combo is we get to banish our White Dragon from our graveyard to summon our Black Dragon. And then we can do this really cool trick where we link above Crusadia Regulex to get the search. So we're going to link these 2 dragons off for Hieratic Seal. And so Hieratic Seal coming in useful. And now we can search with our Regulex. So this is a pretty neat little trick to summon above the Regulex, because Regulex points up and down. And so now we're able to search our Crawler, and then we'll be able to link off into our Equimax. So we've still, even though we drew Gamma Seal on the second Saryuja, we were able to still end on Equimax, Gamma Seal, plus this Rafflesia. And so still pretty awesome that we were able to do that. So yeah, that's how the first combo goes. Now you can search, this case we already used our World Legacy Session, so we'll be able to search our World Legacy Guardragon from our deck. So that's a cool way to think outside the box and get that Gamma Seal down even after you drew it on the second Saryuja. And that's why I still play 2 Saryuja. So that's a great example. Okay, next combo. I don't know why I shuffle in these videos. You guys probably don't need to see this, but I could edit it out. Let me know if you want me to edit out the shuffling. I don't know. It's just if I was trying to stack my deck, there would really be no point, but whatever. Anyway, let's get on this next combo here. So we open again Formant Skipper. You can see the power of Formant Skip here, but we also open Parallel Exceed plus Waterfront. So this hand's off to a good start. Actually, it's really good hand. When you open Waterfront, you're much less weak to impermanence on your LP, which is why I like to max out on it. Okay, so first, Formant Skipper is going to hit the board. We already going to reveal Spatha like we did last time, so I'm just going to skip that step. Up for a Magius that's trying to hide from us out of frame, and then we're going to chainlink 1 Formant Skipper, chainlink 2 Parallel Exceed, and then we're going to so we summon out the Parallel Exceed. Now we get the Formant Skipper, so it's actually okay to open 1 Parallel Exceed. It kind of sucks to open 2. Now we go chainlink 1 Magius, chainlink 2 Parallel Exceed, and we can summon the 3rd one from our deck. So now we've got a free card from the Formant Skipper. We've got our other Parallel Exceed. Sorry, I hope the mic wasn't going crazy there, and I'm gonna put it back to the right spot. And now we can go in and grab our other Crusadia, and I go for Reclusia here because I already have Draco. Basically you're just going to summon something so that you can add it back to your hand, and you can either pick this or Maximus, I think, or even a Leonis if you want you don't want to waste one. So that's debatable what you could search here. Okay, anyway, so now we're going to go into Rafflesia, which is, you know, like I said, the standard build. Let's get this Maximus back here, and maybe let's put some counters on this waterfront, shall we? Okay, so I think we're at, what, 1 counter right now? Now we summon out the Reclusia. I already searched with Magius, so can't do that anymore. God, if Magius wasn't once per turn, I'd be so broken. Just imagine. All right. So now here comes our Spatha. That's 3 counters. Okay, so now we can go Draco. You know, this is the standard combo everybody knows. Draco effect, add back a Reclusia, which we could just shuffle back if we don't want it. That's 4 counters, and then we're going to summon the LP, of course, and then move it with Spatha. You know, the standard Guardragon Crusadia combo. Okay, so here comes LP. LP summons Red MD from the deck. Now, you know, we're not going to, usually I search Gamma Seal at this time as well, because I'm looking through my deck, but the truth is that we already have the Gamma Seal, so we're just going to shuffle it back for a free card and then add it back to our hand. Although what's pretty funny is that I don't, like, you know, like, your opponent might think you're a bad player because you forgot to add Gamma Seal, but, you know, the truth is it's just on the bottom of the deck already. So anyway, here comes the Saryuja effect to draw 4. So we draw Power, we draw Arborea, we draw White Dragon, and we draw Terraforming. So we don't need the Terraforming, we don't need the Parallel Exceed, and we don't need the Gamma Seal because we just search it right back. So we put the 2 on the bottom, and then I'm just not even going to bother, you know, doing all that. So now we're going to just special out the Gamma Seal. Now, I probably should have at least thought about this real quick. You want to see if you can end on a Dawn Dragster 2. And the problem was I'd already summoned the Reclusia out, so I didn't have a chance. Now, I could easily end on Equimax here, no problem, but I wanted to try to see if I could push for more because I have a power in my hand. So I thought about this for a while here, and I decided, okay, well, let's just try to push for more. There's no harm in trying a second Saryuja because we have the White Dragon here. So I figured, you know what, let's just go for it. It took, you know, I could easily just make a Equimax here and end with some extra cards, but I figured, you know, hey, screw it, it's a combo video, let's go for it. So I banished that to summon the White Dragon. Then White Dragon comes out. I can summon the Pisty, of course, from my extra deck. And then I can search with the White Dragon to get my Black Dragon. So basically we're just using this to get into the Saryuja here. I don't really know like why I'm doing this. It's probably fine just to end on Equimax. This is probably like an unnecessary. And now I can summon back these guys. We summon the Black Dragon, go spin the wheel one more time. Like if I got really lucky, I could get like 2 Crusadias, like Maximus and Leonis, and then I think I could end on Dawn Dragster as well. But we need like a level 4 here, basically. I think that we can actually special to get both, so that's why you can go for this play. So we actually do get it. I probably, you know, so yeah, this was a mistake. I could have used Saryuja to summon Reclusia out here, then summoned an Arborea, and then gone to Regulex, and then special. But there's actually no good way to end on both FA. There's no good, you can't get FA Dawn Dragster here, unfortunately. There's just no good way. So I figure it's best just to end with a Power and a Crawler. Now, the great thing about having Power Crawler in your hand is that this actually plays around Forbidden Droplet, because you could just activate, as long as they don't discard a spell, you just activate Power, and then you can tribute your Crawler to negate the Forbidden Droplet. Okay, so that was our second combo. Now let's go on to our third combo, and we'll see how good our hands are. We've been getting some pretty good hands recently, so we'll see how this goes. Alright, so here we go. Boom. Lots of Crusadias. You like those. And a Waterfront. And another Waterfront. Wow, we're just drawing really good today. And a Format Skipper. So in this hand, I'm like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's try a different combo, because we've already seen this before. So we're actually going to pretend that this Format Skipper gets negated, because I want to show you guys what happens if they try to negate your Format Skipper to reveal effect. And so you have to go Lingeribo, because you can't go Magus anymore. So some opponents might think if I can stop them from getting into the Magus, I win. But actually we go Lingeribo. We can still search with the Format Skipper, so we still get our Parallel Exceed. Ooh, that's not the level 5 or higher Cyber's Yishan. Alright, so we get our Parallel Exceed here. Now here's where things get good. Okay, put out the waterfront, and now we can summon out, our Leonis, because it's the worst Crusadia here. We summon it to the zone Lingaribo points to, and I put it in the wrong zone because Lingaribo actually points to the left down, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, so now we link these two off, and we go. What I realize is you want to go into, my God, maybe the mic's in a bad spot again, apologies. And we try to go into the Regulex here. So I was trying to debate Spatha and Regulex. I realized Regulex, so we can search now, and then we just need to go 3 monsters into Equamax later. This could help us. I'm just going to put 5 counters on here because I'm too lazy. And then we can go Chainlink 1 Regulex, Chainlink 2 Parallel Exceed here. And get the Parallel Exceed from our deck, as well as add the Crawler now. So this is a weird line in the combo where we add Crawler just right in the beginning, because we got our Lingaribo, impermed or veilered or whatever you may be. Okay, so now we add the Crawler to our hand, and we can go like Rafflesia here again, where again we're just blinding comboing, so we're just gonna go Rafflesia here, and we can also So now the trick is we can turn the Regulex into a Magus, and now we're basically starting our whole combo over again. But we now have a full waterfront plus a Parallel Exceed, and this is all through a Veiler on our Format Skipper. So I guess if you learn anything from this video, do not Veiler the Format Skipper. If your opponent is prepared with Crusadia Guardragon, then you're gonna not be in for a fun time. Okay, so again, standard combo stuff. We go with the Spatha into the Draco Summit, or Draco add back Maximus, link off this into the LP. Again, if they impermed the LP or the Spatha here, we could link these 3 monsters into a Saryuja and just summon the Gamma Seal. We'd probably be fine because they'd already used 2 hand traps. Anyway, so we're going to add the Gamma Seal here. Now, the only thing you have to remember when doing this combo after summoning Red MD is not to shuffle back the Crawler, because I'm so used to shuffling back Crawler if I have it at this time that, because it's like a brick, but we already used our Regulex, so we don't want to shuffle back our Crawler. Okay, so here comes the Saryuja, and so basically, I'm thinking, I probably only have to spin the wheel once because I've already got like everything I want, and it's hard to end on an extra Dawn Dragster if you don't draw the white or black dragon, but we'll see what we draw here. Oh, look at that, off the top. We're too good at this game. Draw the black dragon. So we don't need the waterfronts, and we don't need I guess we just have to pick Crusadia here. It doesn't really matter. I guess we already summoned Maximus, so technically it would be better to put that back, depending on how this works. But it's probably fine either way. But I think it's better to just save a Crusadia here. Okay, so now we've got the Gamma Seal, so we just summon this guy out, and we're gonna go straight into our end board here. So we go Rhoda, and we can just check our graveyard here. So, we go Rhoda into the Arborea here. Love Arborea for its tutoring capacity here. Okay, now what are we gonna do? I guess we go Arborea and the Black Dragon, just toss them out there haphazardly. Come on, Yishan. Come on, Yishan. The Arborea's gotta go in defense. Okay, there you go. Quickly in defense. Boom, out comes the Dawn Dragster. Now notice we don't have to make the Regulex here, so we just need to get 3 monsters. So actually, it's a good thing that we put the Maximus back, because now we can go grab our white dragon here, or our black dragon. I think we grab one of the opposite dragon. Okay, so we grab our white dragon, boom, and now we actually have space to summon our Reclusia and our white dragon, just enough space. Look at that, boom. This is all through a Veiler on our Format Skipper, so don't Veiler the Format Skipper, folks, if you're playing against this deck. If your opponent is prepared, they will still combo on you pretty easily. Alright, so here comes the Equamax. Boom, so we got the full board here on the alternate combo, so that's why you run Lingaribo, just in case. Boom, out comes the Crawler, and you can add one or the other. Either the Guardragon or the Succession, up to you. So, thanks guys for watching. Please remember to subscribe, like, blah blah blah, comment, and I will see you guys next time.